Shirley, this is Carrie. You know me, and you have my condolences. I'm so sorry. I've been knowing Bruce for almost 42 years. I started working here in 1979. Bruce started here in 1978. And Bruce has been Bruce ever since I've known him. Bruce started out on working the local salt belt in the 70s, and that's how I got to know Bruce. I had just gotten out of the military, and we all were young. We all used to have fun working on that local salt in the evenings. I mean, we used to look forward to coming to work because we just enjoyed being around each other. And I'm so sorry that for your loss, and may God bless you.
Well, as usual, I'm sure Bruce would appreciate it. I'm late trying to get over to Mesquite. The thing I remember most about Bruce is he's always happy, always smiling, always ready with a pat on the back, and him and I probably have been here the longest. We could sit there and talk about all these young whippersnappers and the good old days, which were really wonderful, the good memories, the good times, and he was always lighthearted, and we're looking for a time when we all go to heaven to be with him. We'll all be there eventually. It's always a good thing to keep in mind. Our heart goes out to you with our sorrows for you, and it's certainly a loss to us, just Bruce as a person.
My name is Larry Hardwick, and I've known Bruce for basically since I've been to UPS, for coming on 38 years. And most people don't know this, but Bruce's seniority date for driving is the same date that I started, June 21st, 1982. And I've known Bruce to be a wonderful person, always has a kind word for everyone, especially the younger drivers coming up. He was a straight shooter, and we're all gonna miss him.
Bruce, I'm gonna miss you. I don't know how. I still can't believe it that I don't see you in the morning, and when I get to work at night, I don't see you at night. I'm gonna miss you ragging me about my Cowboys, and I'm gonna miss asking you, you need some help? You be like, Ed, go home. I got this. You done made your money. Let me make my money. It's just hard to believe, man. And May 4th, I will never forget it because I buried my uncle Monday, May the 4th, and then I get to work and hear that you gone, man. It was just a bad day. And I mean, after 25 years, I really just don't. It's gonna be hard not seeing you around here, and I'm gonna miss you.
I just want to say that I met Mr. Bruce about 30 years ago. I was young. He always told me, hey, don't worry about the small stuff. Let's get this board and make this money. So he always tried to encourage me. And so I just want to give my condolences to the family and remember Philippians chapter 4, 6, and 7. We want to live our lives, and when we can't understand something, we want to rely on God and peace.
I want to offer my condolences to the family of the Williams family, and I want to thank the Williams family for sharing Bruce with us for all those years. He's been a mentor to me and to other people. And God bless all of you, and may God keep all of you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tom Shimshock. I've been with UPS for 31 and a half years, and I've known Bruce that whole time. We even played basketball, pickup basketball with a bunch of guys over at Fair Park in our early years. We had great games, pickup games, and he was a great guy. He always was greeted me by name, and I greeted him by name. And he was always kind, and we will deeply miss him, and my condolences to the family, and I hope you can make it through this time, and it gives you some peace with us, giving you some insight about how good of a guy Bruce really was. Take care.
My name is Corinne, and I've worked here for 5 years. And Bruce was on the belt that I loaded trucks before I went to the back. And he'd see me up here frustrated some days, because sometimes this place can just do that to you. And he said, don't be mad. And I said, well, like my granny said, I don't get mad, only dogs get mad. And he never forgot that. And so every day he would say hello or joke with me or say, hey, don't be mad. And he was just always a nice smiling face in the morning. So I appreciated his presence, and he'll be missed.
Hello, my name's Tommy Silvertooth. I've been to UPS for 29 years. I've known Bruce pretty much since day one. Me and Bruce go way back. He was a great man to talk to about your problems here at work, family life. Bruce, I want to let y'all know he really helped me out a lot. If it wasn't for Bruce many days, I don't know what I would have did. I needed someone to talk to. And he was very, very positive, very, outspoken man. But I want to let y'all know that he meant really a lot to me. And I'm very, very sorry for your loss. But he was a great man, and thanks to him, I'm still here at UPS. But thanks a lot. Thanks so much. And y'all are so blessed to have him. God bless.
Hi, I'm Clint Sturdivant. I worked with Bruce for 30 years. He was a great partner. He did everything for me, you know. Couldn't ask for a better person. He loved his family. I'm gonna miss you.
I've been at UPS for 27 years. I started driving in the late 90s. In the late 90s, back then it was pretty rough. And one of the guys I really looked up to during that time was Bruce. Bruce led the way. He showed us the do's and don'ts. He showed us the politics that, was going on with UPS. And what's so crazy about even today, we will be in a PCM, and Bruce Aahs is always in the back of the PCM, and we'll get mad at something one of the supervisors might say that we don't agree with, and we'll start mumbling, but Bruce would always say, like what they got to do with us. Pretty much all he's saying is let them do their job, and we do our job, and just keep it moving. We here for one purpose and one purpose only. That's to go out there, deliver them boxes, get paid, and come on back, because everybody knows Bruce was about his money. He was serious about his money. So he just wanted to go out there and do his job and come back. But I tell you what, Bruce will be missed. Man, he was one of the pioneers here, one of the best drivers, here, that he talked to everyone. He didn't discriminate. He spoke to everyone from the drivers to the people in the warehouse, and he's a good man, and he will always be a good man in my heart, and I'll never forget him. Salute to the family.
Well, as far as Mr. Bruce, man, he was a good guy. He came in every day. He was happy. He was always, making jokes, cracking jokes. He used to tell me all the time about his son that went to Southern, and I went to Grambling. So that was one thing that we stayed, talking about every day with him. He's a good man, man. He's dealt with no bad vibes with him, man. And everything, I wish the family, all the praises. Hope everything gets well with everybody. But he was a good guy. He's truly to be missed.
Well, I just want to say that I met Mr. Bruce about 3 years ago, and he called me Trouble. Every day he was loyal to calling me Trouble, and he went to Southern, and we went to Braniff, so we had a battle every morning. He came in every day. I don't recall a day that he missed, but Mr. Bruce definitely has a legacy here at UPS, and I wish his family a lot of prayers and a lot of strength right now at this time, because Mr. Bruce is definitely a good dude, and we love you, Mr. Bruce.
To the Wiggins family, it's with great sadness I come to you all. Your husband, your father, was an awesome man. He's been a mentor my entire career. With much love and much respect to all of you all. I hope and pray that you all stay strong. Keep the vision he has instilled and taught you all and brought to your household every day alive. Stay motivated, stay focused and committed to the dreams and aspirations that he worked so hard to make sure he provided for you all. And if anything I can do, don't hesitate to call. And I thank you. And I love you all for sharing with me for as long as you all do. Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Williams and the Williams family. My name is Roland Johnson. And I've worked with Bruce all of my tenure here at UPS. I just give y'all my prayers and condolences. And Ms. Williams, if there's anything in any kind of way that I can help or you need something, feel free to let me know in any kind of way. Richard Grant know how to get in contact with me as well as I do. I do anything I can. I'm praying for you. I pray that the Lord give you strength and peace because your husband was a good man. And I learned a lot from him. And I love y'all and I thank y'all. God bless you.
Hey, Miss Williams, this is Michael. I wish your family the best. We're gonna miss Bruce. Bruce still gonna be with us. We love y'all. And we're here for you. Anything you need, just let us know, Miss Pearl. We'll be there.
I've been driving for UPS for 28 years and I've known Mr. Bruce the whole time I've been here. And I can't tell you how fine of a person he was. He always had a kind word to say to everyone and always encouraging. And he is going to be missed so deeply and so dearly. I'm sorry, I can't.
L.A. Garrett, been here 15 years. I've been knowing Bruce. I've been here. He's an inspiration to me. I hear him coming to the door. You hear Bruce. You hear him loud voice. Go away. What you doing here? You know, I'm Mr. Bruce. Love you.
I've been here for 17 years. I've been knowing Mr. Bruce since I started. Every day, first thing I seen him was, let's go get this money. We're going to stay out there all night. So we're going to miss Mr. Bruce.
My boy, LA birthday, he said coming in quiet people. I have to
just take care.
It does. You know, it's just, you know, he always knew the right things to say.
Yep.
Always knew the right things to say.
He always gave you the wisdom. You know the words.
Exactly.
The words of encouragement. That's right. He's a true brown soldier. Hey, Miss Williams and family, my prayers go out to y'all. I ain't saying nothing nobody else done said, but Bruce is one of a kind. He one of the last of the Mohicans. He the one always, if not just training me, just giving me words of encouragement and giving me wisdom of how to make it here at UPS. And I done made it almost 30 years with the likes of him throwing out words of just do your job, go make that money, be quiet, and don't say nothing to nobody. And that's what it's all about. I want to leave this with you. John 11, you already know the word. Bruce was a deacon and a trustee of the church. But John 11:26, I'm going to leave that with you. Jesus said, whoever believeth in me, let him know. He told Martha, they don't never die. He said, I'm the resurrection and the life. Though he were dead, yet shall he live. Why this here? Bruce is just as alive today, right now, as he was when he left here on a few days ago. So God bless and keep you, and we're going to all see each other in the morning. That's my prayer for you and the family. Amen. Take care.
All right, hey, I'm Patrick Smith. I just want to send my condolences to the Williams family on the loss of Bruce. You know, we loved him. It's a whole lot of things you can say about somebody, but the one thing that I knew about Bruce, he was just a straight shooter. You know, and he was somebody that you could look up to and know that he was going to just tell you what was right and everything else. And the one thing that I thought about Bruce the most, he articulated the way he feels about things with his works and with his actions. And he was somebody who was well respected. And the one thing I also think he was so proud about his relationship with God, his relationship with his family, and what he had did to help to make his family achieve the things that they desired to do. Know this, that people who leave a legacy, they never die. They just make a transition. And so all he did was just make a transition. I know he's with God because he put God first, and as long as he knows him, then he's got something to look forward to. And y'all be blessed and be encouraged. I know it's a hard time right now, and that, you know, in time, you know, that even though you crying tears right now, you can cry tears of joy and not tears of sorrow, because he was somebody who lived a full and healthy life and inspired everyone else. Y'all be blessed.
Hey, This is T. Wood, Bruce. I just want to let you know, man, you're going to be truly missed. Everything you taught me since I was 18 up here, you know, I'm going to always take that into consideration. And like you always say, they pay you to neck down the thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take that into consideration. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. All the days that I wanted to just walk out and quit, and you always just pull me to the side like, hey, you know, just get your money, do your job, go back home to your family. Bruce, it's been a lot of years that you've been there for me. He's like a father to me, a real good inspiration. You will be truly missed, and your legacy will never leave.
Mr. Bruce, Mr. Bruce, Mr. Bruce. You used to always tell me, they pay us from the waist down and not from the waist up. Hey man, today, I'm going out here doing this for you because I ain't gonna bring nothing back. Everything gonna get scanned, everything gonna get delivered. Hey man, I'ma sure miss you, bro. Love you, big bro.
Hey, Ms. Williams, I know we hate to come to you at this time with this right here, but hey, listen, man, we just want to send my condolences, my family and I. Bruce was a very good friend, knew Bruce over 20 years, good guy, first guy that I ever met when I got here, the first guy. And we're gonna miss him. Hey, man, I'm just so sorry for your loss, and we're praying for your family, and y'all stay up. Peace out.
One thing I can tell you about Mr. Bruce Williams is when he said its speed limit is 55 miles an hour, just drive that. Don't drive 56 because it's not in the budget.
First of all, my name is John Mashak. I've been with UPS 25 years. I got to know Bruce many years ago as a part-time supervisor, but never intimately, only knowing that he was a driver. Years later, I became a driver, and I got to know him on a personal basis. I got my son hired on this year, and because of Bruce and our relationship, Bruce took to my son, and he decided that he would mentor him. And every morning before my son would leave to go home, Bruce would stop him and he would inspire him with encouraging words about working and about taking care of business and saving his money. At 19 years old, I think a 60-year-old man had a lot that he could impart to this 19-year-old that will help him on his UPS journey and stay in the course. There's so much that Bruce brought to this facility other than his labor. He brought his wisdom, he brought his knowledge, he brought his joy, and most of all, he brought the love of God to this place, and that he could inspire you and he could encourage you in whatever you were going through. Bruce had several key words that he would use that most people may not have ever heard. One being, this ain't got nothing to do with me and you. Two, get here. That means that no matter what you put on Bruce, he was willing and able to handle it and to accept it and run with it. You couldn't overload Bruce. He'll tell you, get here. I get paid by the hour. So we miss all of that as he has departed and transitioned to heaven with God, but yet we still hold these values and these virtues to be self-evident because he did it for 42 years. It teaches us a lesson also that sometimes we got to be careful of how big we dream and make sure our dream lines up with God's desire and his wishes. And he has left this void, but yet he has fulfilled a void in our life and in our soul with his presence. And so my thing with Bruce is that we're going to deeply miss him. I have the story about these 3 rocks as I was on the safety committee, and we would go and we would clean trucks every day. And Bruce had 3 rocks that he had purpose, he had selected, and he had a plan for them that sat on the hood of his truck. I wish I had the 3 rocks with me today, but I don't have them. I have sent them off to be engraved with his name on it. One I'm going to give to the center manager, the other one I'm going to keep for myself, and Jim Johnson is keeping the 3rd one. I thought that to be unique because, one, these rocks, he said that he had them for dogs if they were to chase him. Now, you know and I know Bruce is 6 foot whatever, and Bruce is a big man, and I would not want to see Bruce trying to fight some dogs with 1 rock, because there was no way he could have carried all 3 at one time. But these rocks, he would tell them, Pastor, don't touch my rocks. That's for them dogs. And I would say, okay, Bruce, we won't bother your rocks. So these rocks that he selected, as I look at them, they have so much that they say to me about life. 1, you ought to have a purpose. 2, you ought to have character. These rocks had character. I wish you could see them, but unfortunately they have been shipped off to be engraved. And then 3, you ought to have a destiny. This man, his destiny was to do his job. His destiny was to impact people, and we're gonna greatly miss him. Thank you so much for allowing the UPS family to have a few moments, few seconds to come into your home, to show this video, to tell you how much Bruce meant to us. We love him, we will never forget him, we will cherish him, and we're doing something special. We have not rolled it out yet, but we're gonna have something that is gonna be remembered by Bruce Williams in this building from this day forward. We hope and we pray that God continue to bless you, ease your pain, and allow the peace of God to soothe all your wounds and heal you. Thank you so much for allowing us to come in.
Good morning to the Williams family. Pearlie, little Bruce, and Bruce's baby, Brianna. Hey guys, little something to let you know about your dad. I don't have another 45 years to tell you about him, but that's about how long our stretch go. One little quick something or two, and I'm sure you remember and you know this. Your dad was claustrophobic. Bruce could not stand elevators. There were a lot of nights we got off work, went visited some of his church members or some of my church members, and when we got to the hospital, I got on the elevator, he went up the stairs. A few years, we got a route next to each other. We both was delivering early AM air, coming to work at 6:45 in the morning. You only had 3 or 4 stops to deliver. If Bruce had stops in one of the high-rise buildings downtown, he would take the 3 or 4 that I had so I could take one that he had because he wasn't riding the elevator. That's how, and you know what your dad looked like. A big baby Huey and afraid of elevators. Pearlie, Brianna, Bruce, just remember your dad with a smile because every time you saw him, that's what he had.
Hello, Miss Pearlie. My name is Ken Kafka. I worked for UPS for 30 years. Me and Bruce were, the whole time I was here, Bruce was already here. So he became a friend right off the bat, and we spent a lot of time up here in these belts and many times down in different areas. I used to deliver to DeSoto Parish with Bruce when he was down in Mansfield. I had the other section of Mansfield at one time for 5 years down there, and we got to become pretty good friends down there at that time, and we spent a lot of long nights and a lot of swapping packages and doing one thing for one and the other doing for the other on pickups. But I'm gonna tell you what, your husband was a wonderful man. I understand that he thought greatly of his family, and he just loved all of y'all. But I just want to tell you that here at UPS, a lot of people respected him. A lot of people looked up to him, and he was probably one of my best friends that's up here when I was here. I'm sorry for the loss, and greatly my prayers with my wife and I will be praying for you and your family, and we'll always, he will always be a special part. There's one picture I got with him in with me. It was a group picture back in, I think it was 1987, when we had a group picture taken up here, and for safety, hours of safety. And I just want to tell you what, when I look at that picture, I'll be looking for Bruce's face in that picture, because there was a good group of people, and some of the best times that I've ever had. I just want to tell you, my prayers will be with you, and we'll always be thinking about him, and hope that the Lord can comfort you in this time. Thank you.
My name is Bo Andrews. I've been with UPS 35 and a half years. I just recently retired, and I'd like to share with you a story, my thoughts on the passing of a dear friend and co-worker, Bruce. Bruce was a giant of a man. Everybody looked up to him, but his heart was even bigger. He was an influence on the young and old up here alike. and he was never stressed under pressure. He was always the same individual day in and day out. And I've always enjoyed working with Bruce, and like I said, I've known him for 35 and a half years, and my heart is heavy right now because I wish he could spend time, I wish he had the time to spend with his family. He paid his dues, and now he is free. And he's in a much better place than we all are right now. And so to his family, I want you all to know my heart is heavy, but you all are in my thoughts and prayers, and his family and friends, and also all of his co-workers. He was a hell of a good guy, and I will never ever forget him. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ken Warren. I would like to tell you how sorry I am that this has happened for Bruce. It broke my heart when I found this out Tuesday about this situation. Bruce and I worked at least 25 years together. We parked our vehicles side by side out there, him and Lynn Simmons and myself, every morning as we come to work. And we all had a kind of a parking place, very much like a church pew, where everybody has their so-called assigned seat. And you know, that little old lady that would run you out of her pew in the mornings that say, look, that's my spot. Well, that's kind of the way it was all of our parking places out here. And so whenever somebody got in somebody's parking place, they'd let you know real quick that, hey, you in my parking place. But Bruce parked there with us, and we walked out and walked in many a day together, as well as his car, package car, was parked next to mine, him going to Mansfield, and then later moving on down to Sibley and Dubberly and Ringgold, Castor, south of my route and where I live in Minden. So I would even see him after I had retired every now and then. He was special. He was a special man. He worked hard. He loved his family. And I say that not easily because I remember when, I'm gonna call him Bruce Jr., was born. And you know, we would always talk about our children and our kids, and Bruce Jr., I'll never forget him showing me a picture of you, maybe about 1 year old, in your little shorts and top set, and you were holding on to a ball, and he was so proud of you. And you got to remember, now this was a day and a time that we didn't have cell phones like we do now, to where you just whip up a picture. It was in our billfolds. We carried pictures of our families, our kids, in our billfolds, and so whenever you wanted to show off a family member or whatever, you opened up your billfold and showed them your pictures, and that's the way dads did. But it was always special throughout the years. As Bruce Jr. was getting older, I'd ask him, well, is he playing ball yet? Oh, he'd whip out another picture for me there and let me know how big he was getting, what size of shoes you were wearing, and I heard that you eventually became an engineer. I know there was a daughter as well, and I understand she's pre-med, I believe, right now. And what a blessing, what a proud daddy he was. And let me give you just this assurance that one day we will meet again. And Bruce believed that. I know he did. It was on his heart. And so that would be the question he would ask you, to make sure that you understand that as well. My heart goes out to you. He was loved. And now I don't know if anybody ever spoke a bad word about him. And again, we love you, and have that faith in knowing we will meet again. Thank you.
My name is Judy Dixon. I've been here for 35 years. I work beside Bruce, a package car driver. And the relationship that I had with him was not only being a package car driver, but being on the side and being next to him, talking to him. It was like being in a family with all these drivers. I never found anything that Bruce ever did that was not respectable. We used to pick at each other when we were delivering packages on package cars, and we used to tell each other things about "you're crazy," and just a really wonderful time. the people here. If you had a problem, Bruce would give you an opinion, and the rest of the drivers were. There's so many words that I could say about Bruce that was great and wonderful, but there's just not enough words to say that. So I'd like to just say that he was a really good guy, and I really did like him, and I really did appreciate him. I'm talking for an individual that worked here at UPS, and his name was Mike Parker. Mike Parker is very sick right now and could not come, but he really wanted me to say how much he appreciated him, that he was a really good guy, and he knew him as a driver also, a package car driver, and wanted to just say that to the family that he's sorry, but like I said, he really appreciated him.
Hey, Pearlie, Lil Bruce, Bree, I just want to extend my condolences. I know we have spoken, but standing here and thinking about where this all started with me and Bruce, and just the times that we went together, you know, some 30-some years ago, back in 1981, and he was already here before me. Your dad, Pearlie, your husband, was a great guy. You talked about him mentoring younger drivers, as I shared with you. He mentored me. I had the fortune of working with him originally on the hub, but even after I left UPS and we'd be outside Benevolent Funeral Home, we'd talk. And you just never know how journeys go and cross paths. I know these times are difficult, but in your heart, just like in mine, the lesson that he taught us about doing the right thing when nobody's watching, about being somebody true to your word and doing what you said, that will always live inside of us. So God bless all three of you, Pearlie, Lil Bruce, and Bree. And again, my heartfelt condolences on the passing of Bruce. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gary Simons. I've worked at UPS for almost 30 years, known Bruce for a good 25 years plus, and I just wanted you to know that he will be missed by me. I'm gonna hate not to be able to see and talk to him, but I know he will always be there riding with me down the road and overseeing and watching out for me, and that just warms my heart. And I'm so sorry that things have happened the way they are, but we had a lot of good times up here. He was a mentor to me and many other people, and he taught us how to handle stuff, not to be upset, let everything just flow, and he is just a exceptionally wonderful person.
My name's Randy Bonog. I've been here 25 years. I've known Bruce Williams from day one. He was like an icon here. Bruce always had something to eat when you seen him, and Bruce always had something, encouragement, whether it was for the company or against it. You know, he always had something positive to help you in life, and we all gonna miss him.
This is Roy Nims, and Pearlie, I really wanted to say how sorry I am for your loss, and hope that you and the family can be strong and go through this. Everything, these are things that come upon us, and just try to endure. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Been knowing Bruce about 20 years. My name is Charles Tucker. I'm retired from GM now, over the cars security at UPS. But you know, Bruce, we had some good times, me and your dad, and you can't take that away from us. We always gonna be there for you, no matter what. I know you're going through a rough time right now, but your dad left, you were in a good situation because both of you kids have degrees, and that's something that we both, all of us, me, you, and Richard, him and Richard, that's something that we always been working on. But we just want you to just keep your head up, because see, now you the head of the family. Your dad just gone ahead, because you know how your dad, he's a go-getter. He just, you know, in the father's house, there are many rooms. He just went to go get his. And he's going to be waiting on you. And all he wants you to do is just take care of your mom, and be there for you. And the same thing to you, Bruce, because I'm always be praying for you. Pearl, you know, you came a long way. I met y'all with G-Man Tigers football field. That's the first time I met Bruce, but we're going to always be there for you. You know where I'm at. If you need me to do something for you, I'm right here for you, Pearl. God bless you. We always love you, and you keep in prayer. That's from not only me, my wife Diane, my daughter Kim, and my son Ryan. Love you.
Hi, my name is Lashika. I'm an OMS. I've been at UPS for 15 years. I've had the pleasure of working with Mr. Bruce as he come in the morning to get his diet to start his day. I was able to see Mr. Bruce mentor so many young drivers to not be upset with what they see, but just to come in here, do their jobs, get their paycheck on Friday, and come home and take care of his family. It was an honor and a pleasure to work with him. 42 years of dedication to his family, to UPS. We thank you for sharing him with us. We know that he loved you all. He wanted to make sure that you all were taken care of. I pray that his memories and the love you all have shared carry you through now and the time to come. You all be blessed.
Hi, my name is LaShonda Rhodes. I've worked with Mr. Bruce for 20 years. I've been working with him, and I've worked with him in the morning when he's getting his board, his call tags, at night when he comes in. I see how he sits and talks to different drivers like Kendrick Pullen and Greg Lurs, and it's a lot of them that he, just touched, and like Lashika said, was basically a mentor to him, tell him to, stay on the straight path and don't worry about what they say to you out there on that road. Just go out there and do what you're supposed to do. Take care of your customers and get back in. Now, as far as me with him, he did something very special that I still appreciate him for. My mom passed about maybe 4 years ago, and he came to me because at the time we didn't know how we were going to bury my mom, and he came to me and let me know that his wife, Miss Pearlie, who works for a benevolent funeral home, they helped me with the funeral processions and all that for my mom, and I'm very grateful for them. I really appreciate them for that. So Miss Pearlie and the family, keep your head up, stay strong, and y'all will be in my prayers. Thank y'all so much.
Sitting here and Bruce sitting here, but I think it was when the corona had spread. We had the door locked and everything. And I always talk to the much older drivers about what can I do to basically survive the truck, and he was like, one box at a time. And he's like, they can't do nothing to you. He said, work safe. As soon as possible, you get off the truck. Get off the truck. I'm like, get off the truck? Yeah, just get off the truck. I was like, you're a woman. You're a woman. How you feel? You feel all right? I know you've been gone for a year. He look over them glasses. I be like, really, bro? He like, man, you're a woman. I gotta make sure you good. Like, come over here and give me a hug. Like, man, I'm like, and that's the only guy here that I would actually allow it to give me a hug. And I'm like, man, when they called and I was like, no, y'all gotta be kidding me. I just talked to Bruce like a couple weeks ago in the office, and he was good. He told me, he was like, man, D, I've been here as long as you've been alive. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. So he told me how many days, how many years he's been here, and I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me. He was like, yeah. He said, I'm gonna give him some more years and then I'm gonna retire. I said, Bruce, why you wanna go ahead and retire now? No. He's looking over them glasses. I'm like, bro, go ahead and enjoy yourself, man. No, I got it too easy. D. I got it too easy. I said, I understand, Bruce, man. He talking about just give him a couple years. Hey, and you good. He talking about you got 16 under your belt. Give him some more. I said, man. God, man. I mean, just all the advice that he gave, and he gave it willingly, and I'm like, wow. It's nobody that Bruce came in contact with that he didn't touch. He touched every heart that he came in contact with. And when I tell you, man, the tears, you know, and they come now when I heard. But because I talked to him, you know, a couple weeks ago, and man, I don't like crying, but that's what Bruce did to me. You know, he made sure I was good. You know, when I came back from having cancer, he wanted to know, did I come back too early? And I told him no. He was like, you know, take your time, take your time. You know, UPS gonna be here, UPS gonna run. You know, even if you're not here, UPS is gonna be here. You know, if you're not moving those boxes, UPS is gonna be here. And I've seen that. 4 years I was gone, UPS still rolled. And like I said, all the advice that he gave me, I mean, it's gonna live within my heart. And I'm gonna, you know, man, strive. And I'm gonna do what he told me to do. Because for him to be here 38 plus years and still on that truck, he had to been doing something correct. And for him to be doing something correct, I'll be a fool to not take heed to what he told me to do. As a young driver coming behind a great man, I'll be a fool. But I'm speechless. I've been speechless for a couple of days, but we lost a trooper, but heaven gained a great man. I mean, I just, to the family, he still lives on through everybody here at UPS. He was like a brother to us. He's not forgotten. He'll never be forgotten. We call him Big Bruce, and that's what he'll be forever in our heart. We love y'all. If there's anything that you need from me or a lot of guys here at UPS, we're just a phone call away. We love y'all.
Hello, my name's Kenny Leone. I've been at UPS since 1981. I started when I was 18 and Bruce was, I guess, 21. And we kind of grew up, or kind of grew into men, I guess you could say, together at UPS. I ain't real good at this stuff, so Roger's talked me into doing this. I get a little bit emotional sometimes, but you know, Bruce was a great guy, I'm sure, as everybody said, and great sense of humor, good Christian guy, you know, and you know, I can tell you, you know, my own story. My dad passed away 2 years ago. Matter of fact, it'll be 2 years ago, the 11th of May. So I do know what you're going through. It's a gut punch, you know, but it does get a little better. But knowing your dad was a Christian was the best thing that you could ever get. You know, I even talk about my dad to this day in the present tense. You know, I don't talk about my dad did this or my dad was this. You know, my dad is this, you know, and just like your dad and husband, they didn't die in May. You know, they were born in May. You know, they're more alive right this second than they've ever been alive. You know, they're rejoicing with the Father. You know, but not. I start getting a little choked up, thinking about my dad, I'm thinking about Bruce. But I'll tell you one little story. He liked to cut up a lot. Years ago, I was telling him about a movie I liked. One of my favorite movies was Cool Hand Luke. And he had never seen it. And I said, man, you got to check it out. It's a good little old flick. And a few days went by, whatever. He said, man, I seen that movie. I like that movie. And there's a scene in it where old Paul Newman is down in the brush, and he's got a string tied to this brush, and he's saying, shaking the bush, boss, shaking the bush. And this has been so many years ago, but every time me and Bruce cross paths, how'd it go, Bruce? Man, I'm shaking the bush, boss. I said, me too, brother. Well, he told me one time, he says, he was sitting in the office about 9 o'clock at night. He got off late, as well as I did that night. And he was the #1 seniority guy. He was the top dog. You know, I played second fiddle for years. You know, I was #2 in seniority, he was #1. And I asked him one night, we were tired, and I walked into the office, and he's sitting on the ice chest, and he says, how's it going? I said, man, shaking the bush, boss. I said, man, when are you gonna get on out of here? I mean, he said, man, I don't know, I said, well, I'm tired of playing second fiddle, Bruce. I mean, I want to be #1, you know? And he says, man, let me tell you something, Kenny. He says, no matter whatever happens, you'll always be #2 in my eyes. And I went, huh? And I thought, you dirty dog. But Bruce, I want to tell you, and I know you can see me. I want to tell you, bro, you'll always be #1. And God bless the family.
My name is Reginald Vital. I've been with UPS for 29 years. So I got to know Bruce as a co-worker, and then later on as being a supervisor with the company. The story that I remember most about Bruce, and that I always remember, is that with Bruce being a high seniority driver, he was able to get what we call layoff days pretty much every day if he chose to get them. And whenever I call Bruce asking if he going to layoff, first he'd tell me, well, I'm already in the building. Then he'd tell me, well, I'm already on the way. Then he'd say, well, I've been up since 6 o'clock. And the last one is what got me. Man, I already got out of bed. And I said, well, I can't call you any earlier, Bruce. He said, well, what does that tell you? I'll be at work. So that's what I always remember about Bruce. His dedication, not necessarily to UPS, but to his family, that he would get up and come to work every day, rain or shine, and basically just do his job in a professional manner. I think it related well to the younger drivers. I know I appreciate it as a supervisor, and I think he was a very big influence on a lot of young drivers that's going to go forward with the company for a lot of years.
My name's Reginald Wells. I was actually Bruce's supervisor. I met him, I've been with the company 32 years, and I've been in Shreveport about 18 years now. And I've known Bruce that long, 18 years. The first impression was a lasting impression. He was a man that loved his family, he loved God, and definitely he loved Pearlie Williams. I can remember when his kids went to college, little Bruce went to Southern with one of my godchildren, and we always talked about the kids, and of course we'd always talk about church, and at the end of the conversation we always talk about Pearlie. Bruce was a person that was dedicated to whatever he was doing. He was the type of employee that didn't require a lot of supervision. When he came to work, you knew he was going to take care of what was on that truck. His policy was, if you don't want me to deliver it, don't put it on my truck. So we'll always remember him. And to the family, you certainly have our condolences, and we'll be here for you in whatever capacity that we can help or assist you in.
My name is Mike Jones. I'm an on-road supervisor here. I've been here 31 and a half years. I've known Bruce for 31 and a half years. Bruce was a character, to say the least. I used to love getting in the car with Bruce to go riding out in Spring Hill and all the places he delivered, and he was always kind of a joking hazard, if you want to say it. He didn't take too much to the depth of knowledge. He didn't take too much to being asked about his depth of knowledge. But he always ended that with, I haven't wrecked the car yet, have I? And I got everything delivered today. My condolences go out to the family. Our family here will greatly miss Bruce, and we wish you all the best.
One other thing we can add about Bruce, he was number one on the seniority list. And each morning when I would speak to him, good morning, number one, and he would respond back, good morning, number two.
Bruce will be missed, to say the least. He was somebody everybody liked talking to, never had a coarse word. He talked to you about anything. And if once you became a friend of his, you were a friend for life.
And as I said, he didn't require much supervision. And if you would call his phone during the day, his first response would be,
I can't say.
why'd you call my phone?
There you go.
What'd you want? Because Bruce knew that if I put on his truck, yes, I want it delivered. Yes, I want it picked up.
So I was just lost for the company. I know it's a loss for the family. I lost for everyone that knew Bruce, but I know he'll be up in heaven, not taking a layoff day from Jesus.
And when you get to heaven, I know first thing he gonna ask the good Lord is, am I on the clock?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I can remember one story with Bruce. His paycheck was short, and it was short by 1 click, which is equivalent to 1/100th of an hour. And Bruce's response was, well, who does it belong to? Me or the company? I said, it's yours, Bruce. Well, I won't.
Bruce used to always come in the house, where's the paychecks? Where's the paychecks? I ain't seen them yet. What do you mean you ain't seen them yet? I said, well, they haven't brought them around yet. We don't get a paycheck, I ain't going to work.
The one I like best is if Bruce had a problem, it had to be fixed right then. You could tell, like, Bruce, I'm gonna get to it. No, why don't you come on do it right now? We can fix it right now, let's do it. I said, Bruce, I'm kind of busy. And, no, well, I'm gonna wait right here then. Let's go fix it. And if it wasn't taken care of then, he was gonna stay right there until it was.
Good evening to the Williams family. My condolences to your family. Hi, my name is Diane Smith. I've been at UPS since 2016. And of course, I've been knowing Bruce about 15 years from Rick World of Hair. One of the things I'm going to miss about Bruce is when he get ready to go to the barber shop, he always make my appointment. He'll come in and say, hey, Diane, I'm going to the shop. Do I need to put your name down? I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss that man coming in at 6:30, 7 o'clock bringing me a bottle of water as a supervisor, sweating and hot. I just want to say my condolences to the family. We'll be praying for you, and we are here for you as a whole. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Melvin Dallas. I've been working here for 35 years. Of course, I've known Bruce all of that time. I just remember a story when I first started working in 1984. We were over on Arrow Drive. And in 1985, I was a youngster, and I got ready to buy a car. Bruce told me, they'll give you whatever you want. You're just gonna have to pay for it. I said, okay. That's what I remember about him. He always had the saying, I ain't worried about nothing. Lord, the man above has got it. So that stuck with me. We both serve as deacons in our church. So we have that thing going with us. He'll always say, Brother Dallas, everything going good over at church? I say, everything's fine. So just keep your head above, just look above, and everything will be all right. But I miss Bruce. We've worked here all this time. He's always been the same. He's a jolly fella. We all love him, and of course we're gonna miss him. I want to say to the family, we love you all as well. We've been knowing you all because we know him. So I just want to say that, and we're gonna miss Bruce, and may the Lord continue to bless his family. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Raynisha Walpool. I've been driving for UPS for 5.5 years. I'm praying for the family. Stay strong, keep your head up. I walk in, this is the thing I had with Mr. Bruce. I walk in, if I didn't speak, hey, you ain't speaking today, baby girl? Be like, good morning, Mr. Bruce, and I keep it moving. But I'm praying for you, you're in my prayers, and you will get through this.
My name is Cartrell Carey. Everyone around here calls me Smoke. Bruce surely will be definitely missed. One of my best friends coming up through UPS. I've been here 14 years and been a driver for 11 years. And the first week of me driving, Bruce, some other guys that retired, Andrew, they all took me under their wing and kind of was like other father figures in my life, not only in UPS, but outside of UPS. And he was truly be missed. I mean, I could go on and say a lot of stories. Seeing him at my wedding was a big deal, and seeing him, you know, not just at work, waiting to hear a story he had for me in the morning, or whether it's him calling me on the route, hey Smoke, I need you to do something for me, or hey, can you do this here? Or, no, don't go to that yard, they got dogs, don't go over there. It's just, I mean, daily things that I do daily, and I think about them and sit up and laugh, you know, and all the times and all the knowledge that he's gave me, it was truly be missed.
My name is Otis Myers. I've known Bruce for 41 years, 7 months, and 5 days. We're the same age. We started here the same time in 1978. Sorry about your loud Pearlie, Faye, Kent, and the rest of your family. I'm gonna read this scripture. Even though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. Bruce used to say, it's hard, but it's fair. And I always used to say, it's not fair.
Miss Pearl, hey, my name is Frank Robinson. I don't know if you know me or not, but I've been working for UPS 35 years. When I got hired, Bruce was already here, so I was kind of a rookie up on him. Your husband's one of the kind of guys is what you see is what you get. I mean, just a down the middle good guy. And one thing I want your kids to know, that he was very proud and he loved them, both of them. Little Bruce, you got a good name. Just carry that name with pride. That's a real good name. Bruce Williams, Jr. And you may know my son, Frank Robinson. You guys went to Southern University together. And me and Bruce kind of talk off and on about how proud we were of our sons and y'all accomplishments. But Bruce just one of the guys. Every morning he spoke. Just if he was having a bad day, I didn't know it. He's always the same guy. Same guy. He's gonna be missed. I mean, there's no replacing Bruce Williams at UPS. No replacing. He is. I mean, he's one of the guys like a fixture on the wall. He's just, everybody knew Bruce. You guys, God's gonna get you over it. I mean, it's gonna hurt for a little while, but you guys, you know, God is God. I mean, He's not gonna put nothing on you cannot handle. So, we praying for your family.
My name's Don Spearman. I've been knowing Bruce for over 30 years. He's a good guy, and he was the same person every time you see him. Hard worker. Dependable guy, came to work every day. He was just a good guy, and he really gonna be missed. The UPS family, we all gonna miss him. And the family, as far as the family, wish that you know, y'all just be strong, and we'll be praying for you. Thanks.
Miss Williams, and I know Bruce is his son, daughter, great family. Just wanted to kind of take a moment and tell you guys, first of all, I'm Herb, I'm the center manager here in Shreveport. Known Bruce since I've gotten here about 15 years ago. And he was always straight to the point, always told you exactly how he felt, whether you wanted to hear it or not. He was one that actually kept me, I guess, fair and honest with all my employees. He would pull me aside and have personal conversations about just different things that was going on in the center. Give me advice sometimes on how to handle things. But I know every morning I would find Bruce, and I would walk past all, what I used to call them, all the low seniority employees, and I would walk up and shake his hand, and I would look at them and said, I'm not worried about y'all, I'm gonna shake the hand of the man. It's my seniority employee, number one, I'm always gonna talk to him, always shake his hand. And I'm gonna miss that. I knew one day I would have to miss it, but really I was hoping I would miss it when he would retire. But Bruce, he's gonna be really missed. And I know you guys, I'm not telling you guys anything any different, but I think that we were all better for having Bruce in our lives, and he's gonna be definitely missed here at his UPS family. You guys are always in our prayers. Hang in there. If there's anything you need, I know you've got all my supervisors' numbers. We will help you through whatever we need to that you have to do in this time. I know it's something that we all have to go through. I just sorry that you guys have to go through it at this time. But may God be with y'all, and God bless Bruce, and we love him. We're gonna miss him. But may God be with y'all, and God bless Bruce, and we love him. We're gonna miss him.
Wow. Well, that's Mr. Bruce, Miss Williams, Bree, little Bruce. I don't know you, but I do feel like I do know you guys now. We just hope that these stories and these testimonies bring you guys some comfort in knowing how special Mr. Bruce was to us in Shreveport. We all had our personal little things with Mr. Bruce. Mine was, I would see Mr. Bruce every Monday morning taking the trash to the trash dump over here on the west side of town. We'd see each other at Walmart on Pines Road after church on Sundays. I've been at UPS for 30 years, and he's just a special person, and he's going to be missed. And so, as you can see in all these videos, you know, everybody had their personal connection with Mr. Bruce, and he was such a special person. And so he's left an impact on so many people. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. And it's just a difficult time, but we will get through this. So again, we thank you for sharing Mr. Bruce with us all these years, and God bless.